for the first time in my life, I screwed up. I put a deep and then a super when I was setting up our hives this year, instead of 2 deeps. So I'm running really low on supers, and the bees are going crazy. So I need to add a deep to the middle of each hive so that they'll draw that comb out, and then I'm going to take the super and move it up. So this is going to be not fun, because a lot can go wrong. So I'm going to take my time. I don't know if this is even going to make the video, but we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. So here's the hive that prompted this. This is that swarm hive that we caught. They've been extremely active. We keep adding supers. They keep filling them up. And then I realized that I should have put 2 deeps and then, you know, supers above the queen excluder. So I screwed that up. And then we were looking at the other hives and I realized I did the same thing. So we gotta redo this whole thing. So I'm gonna get myself set up, because I have to take apart the entire hive and then rebuild the hive just with a deep in the middle. So what I do, because I'm on my own here, is I set up a table so that I can take the parts apart, set them on the table, so that, you know, depending on how full they are, they can get pretty heavy. And this way it's a little bit easier for me to work without, you know, throwing out my back again like I did when I first got this swarm. So we're just gonna take our time, get ourselves set up, and then we'll dig into the hive. All right, let's see what we're up against. So you can see how active they are. They've already filled out 2 of these, and starting on the 3rd. And we just put this on last week, maybe the week before. Maybe it's been 2 weeks. So, all right, so let's pull this thing apart. So you can see this box fully drawn, full. I think it's fully capped as well, so we could technically pull this one. Ooh, I really sealed this up with propolis. And see how this comb, we need to pull this off because that's basically blocking flow. So that's why I bring this along, and I just scrape it and fill it in there. And I'll do that after I get the deep in there, because this looks like it's all honey as well. So yeah, this definitely feels like it's all honey. All right. Whew. I'll put our deep in there. Now this is the one that I think is full of honey. So I think I'm going to put it above the queen excluder. See all the honey that dripped out of that? This is why we scrape it. Then I'm going to leave this out there so that all the bees can get out of it, get all the honey off, and then they'll rejoin the hive. So now we'll reassemble. Come on guys, I want you to go back in. There we go. Alright. So now we're going to scrape the burr comb off the top of this one. we go. All right. All right. So there we go. 2 deeps, and then the rest are all supers, which is the way I prefer it. So we're gonna get out of here, leave these guys to their thing, and now I've got honey all over this, which means the next couple hives are gonna be excited. So that'll be fun. And now I get to do this 5 more times, I think. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna show you a cool hive that we found about 2 weeks ago. So I'll show you that in a second. Let's go check out the cool thing we discovered a couple weeks ago. So I was out for a walk, and we're on 10+ acres, so we go for walks multiple times a day, sometimes 5 or 6 times a day. And this was one of the times that, I don't know, Steph and the girls were out and about, so it was just me, so it was quiet, and I was able to hear what I thought was a swarm, because it was very loud. And this was evening, so it's probably, we'll say 6 or 7. So I knew they weren't, there's clover all over this field. So I knew it wasn't just a couple of bees. I knew it was a lot of bees. And so I followed the sound across our driveway to right in here. And then I'm standing here listening, and I see bee activity up above me, and I go in a little bit, part the tree. No. And if you look right up there, there's a hive in that tree about 15-20 feet up. They have made that tree their home. So we're going to, we're not able to get them because they're like 15-20 feet up, and I'm not cutting down a tree just for a hive. Although this tree has been, you can see that branch fell. I think that actually fell a couple of weeks ago. But there's no reason to cut this tree down. It's healthy. So I'm going to try and steal them from their hive. So what I did was I set up a hive right across the way. I tried to get it as level as I could over here, because the problem is this is all very sloped, so I couldn't very well. I wanted to set it closer, but I can't get any closer to it than this. And then you put some lure in the hive, which is your lemongrass oil. And I put a little bit of honey in there from the boxes that we were playing with today. And so that will hopefully attract either a swarm off of that one or that entire hive. We'll see. We'll leave this out there. We'll see if we can attract them. I'll put some lemongrass on the entrance, and we'll maybe get another set of bees.